Good afternoon. This is MJ. You are listening to Radyo Kapwa on CKUT 90.3 FM, where all Filipinos are Filipino enough.
Mabuhay everyone! This is Veronica speaking. You're listening to Radyo Kapwa on CKUT 90.3 FM. I am joined here by my co-host Franz Stoner and Desiree Ruiz. And also welcome again, Fanny Cristo, who is actually now one of our, I would say, like sound engineer at Radyo Kapwa. So our family is getting bigger and bigger. Without further ado, I would like to welcome you all with our dear guest, MJ Cabana. You will hear their voice, their soothing voice, and also them playing the saxophone. But I don't want to spill it to y'all. So, MJ, please do present yourself.
Okay, well, my name's MJ. I'm 29, born and raised in Montreal. I'm a non-binary artist, musician. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know what I am because I do so many things. I've tried so many things in the past year, so I'm an artist. I'll leave it at that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're coming in from. Hi, MJ. Super happy to have you here. Franz
Thank
Stoner
you.
here. Yeah, and I actually just wanted to respond quickly. We interviewed Andy Vicente from Ka Collective and Bitter Melanin a while ago, and I loved her answer where she was like, I call myself a multidisciplinary artist, and basically what that means is I can't choose. So I feel like that's this situation here. You're like, we
Yeah,
contain multitudes. So welcome,
exactly.
and we're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
I used to play the violin when I was younger, and when I found out that you are still pursuing like higher education playing saxophone, I was just really curious. And also, what is the driving force to continue this, right? Especially as as Filipino, like our parents is like, walang pera dyan. What are you doing? Why are you still doing this, right? So I'm just curious, so that for our dear listeners as well, what was your journey in regards to pursuing playing saxophone?
As a Filipinx, I feel like I was always so rebellious. I was always rebellious, so I did whatever I wanted to do, and that's where my journey brought me here today. So
Yeah, and I mean, I guess like like with that spirit of rebellion, I'm sure like the creative arts, like that's the best way to express that rebellion, right? So just let me ask you also, like like with your art, how did it inspire you to be like your authentic self?
ooh, that's a good question. Being surrounded by my fellow Kapwas, because I feel like being surrounded by the older generation, I feel like I was just being told, you can't do this, you can't do that, and I feel like being surrounded by like the younger generation, I was able to do a lot of things, and yeah,
Yeah, true. It's like you said earlier, right? Like like I guess your parents or like the older generation is telling you like like there's no money in this or whatever, right? But
exactly,
you know like
exactly,
uh, like you said, like getting it from the community, like that's what fosters the creativity.
yes.
um do you have a process like when you're making the music, when you're trying to write, or
At the moment, I'm not composing anything, but I don't really have. Uh, I'm just trying. I just try to tell myself that even if I don't get anything right, it's a process. It's part of the process.
And
I
how
love
about you singing? Oh my God, we have all the questions, but you know
Yeah.
what? I have been speaking so much, so I'll let this talk.
Yeah. Hi, MJ.
Hello, okay.
Desiree speaking for all you listening. So, MJ, I just remember the first time that I saw you and you were actually playing the saxophone at a Filipinos of Montreal event. I don't remember where we were exactly. We were outdoors, and I just remember seeing, I think it was the first time I had seen uh someone that looked like me playing the saxophone. And I remember, so you played the saxophone, and I don't know if I think you sang also at that
I
event.
only just I just sang actually.
Okay, so you sang, and then I think I
Yeah.
lurked your profile because we
Yes.
connected, and then I lurked your profile, and then I saw you playing the saxophone. Yes, thank you for
There
correct.
you go.
And I remember, and you were saying how you were inspired by being with fellow Kapwa and fellow youth. But I just want you to know that as somebody that's a little bit older than you, I am so inspired also by the youth and seeing the youth, and for me, seeing you sing like nobody's freaking watching, and hearing also now that you are like part of the inspiration was you being rebellious and you just wanting to be free and just singing to sing, not singing to make money out of it, not singing to do or be anything with no expectation. I think
Exactly.
is really, really refreshing. So please continue to do that, because again, just from listening to you, and it brought me back to like the 80s and the 90s, and your voice, it was just like, where am I? So thank you for doing that, and thank you for sharing your
Thank
gift,
you so much.
because you planted beautiful seeds
Thank
in
you.
me. So what would be something that you would want to tell a fellow artist, that's just starting out and, thinking, oh, okay, I have a good voice, like they're at these Filipino parties and everyone's like, sing, 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 because they sing, they have a beautiful voice. What would you want to tell these young artists that could potentially be, brainwashed or in toxic
Yeah,
situations,
no,
like sing and make money and be a performer and do something with it? What would
exactly.
be advice that you would give these young artists to maintain their authenticity?
Actually, before answering that, I do have something to say.
Yeah.
So, growing up, you know, our parents made us watch like TFC and all these Filipino teleseries, and I remember telling myself like, "Oh, mom, dad, I want to be that person. I want to be like them. Like, but us Filipinos are so talented, and that's all I wanted to be, you know."
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I forgot who it was, but someone had told me, "You can't do that. You can't do any of that because you don't speak Tagalog."
Hmm.
Ouch.
And I think that's what really drove me to make a change for that toxicness and really grow into like my artistry and do all that.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, MJ, because I think that like what attracts people to Radio Kapwa and to Kapwa Center work is the fact that we are creating this safe space for all these Filipinos who never felt Filipino enough, right? There's
Exactly.
such a complexity to an immigration experience, a diaspora experience, what wave of migration you came from, what wave of migration your parents came from.
Mm-hmm.
While we all honor that we celebrate these same roots, like our experience of this kind of immigration process is different. So you touched upon quite a few things about queerness and playing the
Yeah.
saxophone, and yes, that my little like kid heart was so happy when I found out that you played the saxophone, because when I was a kid, like one of my absolute heroes was Lisa Simpson. Okay,
Ooh.
so because I've always been a feminist, and that's how I haven't felt Filipino enough. I'm outspoken, I'm vocal. So yeah, Lisa Simpson was my hero. So I saw you and I was like,
I love
yes.
that.
But I guess this leads me to my question of, in what ways have you been told that you're not Filipino enough? Even if we touched upon it, and like, in what ways have you kind of addressed that and fought that back and empowered yourself,
Ooh, so many things. Like oh, your skin's too dark. Like I said earlier, you can't speak Tagalog. You can't do any of these things. Um, just a lot. There's so many things that I can think of, but I can't really put them into words right now because I feel like there's some sort of trauma there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that also because you said you have a rebellious nature, right? So I feel that does feed into it too, because if people are telling you you can't do this because of that, it just empowers you to like prove them wrong and rebel against the grain.
To do it exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the reality is we're all gathering and doing all these things to kind of heal all those wounds and do better for the next generation. So thank you for being vulnerable about like, hey, this is what I have to say, but also this is my line because there's trauma there, right?
Exactly.
Like we're not here to trauma dump unless people are safe to do so.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I think, I guess to counter that, would love to hear your thoughts on like, how have you addressed that? How have you found ways to heal that intergenerational trauma that's difficult to talk about? And you mentioned Kapwa before, and that's like such a big part of what we do here. Like, what does Kapwa mean to you in this whole process?
Sharing. Okay, Kapwa means love to me. That's what it means to me, love. But it also means being able to share this space with your fellow Filipinos, Filipinas, Filipinx, and not just the Filipinos, whether you're white, you're Black, you're Asian, any ethnicity, to be able to share that space with so many people. And I think that's what we were all able to witness on Friday the 7th at the Olympic Stadium. Like it was just beautiful to see. And that's what Kapwa means to me, to be able to share that space with everyone, regardless of the color of your skin.
I love hearing that because like like as an artist myself, as a musician myself, I feel that like because you were told like you don't speak Tagalog, so you can't do this, right? But music is a universal language, and I feel like like that's how we're able to like reach out to everybody regardless of like their ancestral roots, but like still have them be part of like like our community.
Exactly.
I just wanted to reiterate at you talked about the Filipino first Fridays organized by Filipinos of Montreal, and the fact that we, as an artist, like the word art is in there, and I talked about this already in previous episodes as well. But MJ, you're like the embodiment of like kaartehan in a sense, like not only like we're maarte, but like in a sense of being an artist. Like I can play an instrument very very good, by the way, and also I can use my voice. And I feel like, with this trauma that we have been experiencing, I mentioned this to someone else as also an artist, but not as a singer. I'm like, why do you think Filipinos love singing so much? Because being like singing is one of the acceptable way to express our vulnerability in a song. It doesn't matter, boy, bakla, tomboy, even the men, like they all sing their hearts out because this is one of the only vehicle for us to voice out our expressions in a manner that everyone is cheering on. So thank you for pursuing it and staying true to yourself, and all even though like the titos and the titas sometimes are like, hey, walang pera dyan, magtrabaho ka na lang. Like no, but you see, the art that you created and the art that you've been doing during last Friday was the vehicle of our culture and our heritage. So for that, I really do thank you for keeping authentic to yourself, and also for the future generation.
Thank you. Yes, I hope I'll be able to inspire the future generations, and hopefully I can pave the way for everyone.
You are.
You already have been,
Yes.
and we're so happy to have had you today and to highlight you. Thank you for being here, MJ. Maraming salamat.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
So that was MJ Cabana on CKUT 90.3 FM, Radyo Kapwa.
Do you hear me? My heart kept calling you all day. Oh baby, baby, teasing and annoying me so. I hate you, oh no, but everything about you doesn't change what I think. Anger me disappears in just one wink from you. What you always do to me, yeah. But life goes hard, but it's a one big fantasy. Never been treated good by you, but that's what made me fall because of what you do. You know what you did to me, bad, so bad, making me cry. What is up to you? Oh, I just wanna say that I hate you, but I can't, 'cause it's not true. I love you now, but everything about you doesn't change what I think. Anger me disappears in just one wink from you. What you always do to me, yeah, my life goes high, but it's a one big fantasy. Never been treated good by you, but that's what made me fall. I fall because of what you do to me. How bad you treat me, baby, but everything about you doesn't change what I think. The anger in me disappears in just one wink. What you always do to me, my life goes high, but it's one big fantasy. Never been treated good by you, but that's what made me fall. I fall because of what you do to me, baby. Oh, I don't know why I feel like this, 'cause what you do always treated me bad, but I still love you.
You are back with Laura, and you've just listened to Funny Feelings by Anna Luna from a special playlist made by MJ for today's episode. Coming up next, we have our staple news segment with the most soothing voice in the game. You know it, it's John Marvin Reyes with news from the homeland.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Marvin Reyes. I'm a youth leader and community organizer here bringing you important news back home in the Philippines. The article is from Rappler with the title, Half Filipina Alison Corpuz wins U.S. Women's Open for first major title. Alison Corpuz won the U.S. Women's Open in Pebble Beach, California on Sunday, July 9 or July 10 in Manila time to claim her first major title, sinking 6 birdies in a final round of 3 under par 69 to finish 3 shots clear of the field. The unflappable American, born to a Filipino father and Korean mother, kept her poise in tough conditions at the wind-whipped Pacific Coast course and was only player to finish all 4 rounds under par, carding a 9 under 279 total. England's Charlie Hall, 66, and South Korea's Shin Ji, 68, tied for a second after finishing at 6 under for the tournament, with Japan's Nasa Hatoka, 76, and American Bailey Tardy, 73, sharing 4th place 3 shots further back. Corpuz said that the week had felt like a dream come true. Every few holes, I just kind of looked out and said, you know, I'm here at the Pebble Beach. There's no many places that are better than this, she said at the trophy ceremony. Really just tried and to stay grounded and keep playing my game. The 25-year-old credited her father, Marcos, who traces his roots from Ilocos, for introducing her to the sport. My dad has always been a really big golf fan, and he had just got us to really young, said Corpuz. Corpuz, who came close at the opening major of the year when she finished tied for the 4th at the Chevron Championship, and her nerve on the front 9 as the 3 birdies were undermined by a pair of boogies. I'm quite an aggressive person when it comes to life, said Hull. I like it to go for pins. At the end of the day, it's just a game and might as well make it fun. The article was written and published on July 10, 2023. Thank you so much for listening. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig. Once again, this is John Marvin Reyes, delivering you Philippine news from abroad.
about love is the thinnest slice. It don't count for much, but I'm not letting go. I believe there's too much to believe in. So lift your eyes if you feel you can. Reach for a star and I'll show you a plan. I figured it out, what I needed was someone to show me. You know you can't fool me. I've been loving you too long. It started so easy. You wanna carry on, carry on. Lost in love, I don't know much. Thinking aloud, I fell out of touch. Back on my feet, eager to be what you wanted. So lift your eyes if you feel you can. Reach for a star and I'll show you a plan. I figured it out, what I needed was someone to show me. You know you can't fool me. I've been loving you too long. It started so easy. You wanna carry on, carry on. Lost in love, don't know much. Thinking aloud when I fell out of touch. Back on my feet, eager to be what you wanted. So lift your eyes if you feel you can. Reach for a star and I'll show you a plan. I figured it out, what I needed was someone to show me. Show me, yeah. You know you can't fool me. I've been loving you too long. It started so easy. You wanna carry on, carry on, carry on. Lost in love, don't know much. Thinking aloud and fell out of touch. Back on my feet, eager to be what you wanted. So lift your eyes, feel you can. Reach for a star and I'll show you a plan. I figured it out, what I needed was someone to show me, yeah.
You've just listened to Lost in Love by Miguel Odron. Up next, we have Body and Soul by Jason Dacal.
Every time you hit my line, I pick up the phone. You're around even when I'm alone. Ain't gotta persuade, I'm into it. You know you ain't gotta tell me, baby, I'll do it. Let me ease your mind, your soul, your body cater only to you. Your mind ain't fucking with nobody. Wow, you gotta know that you're something else. I can't imagine someone else. You know I'm tryna hit it, but trust me, I won't quit it. After that, we gon' back to bed. I gotta let you in a secret. Only for you, it's so easy. I'm not even tryna front, I'm catching feelings. Baby, for you know I'm never ever busy. Your mind, your soul, and all your glory. Believe I only can I take you out tonight? I promise every little thing's alright. I'ma keep it tight, 'cause you know all you gotta do is be down. Lately been a slow day. See your pictures going off on the runway. Now I'm feeling okay. I just wanna ease your mind, your soul, your body, cater only to you. Your mind ain't fucking with nobody. Something about the way you move, the way you speak, you're everything. Even on my bluest blue, I see your faces. Ecstasy, baby, let me stay. Wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just gonna do nothing and stay. You are divine, baby. You're all I see. Driving now, I'll take you to my spot. Being cool, I'm feeling high. Know that I'm just here to care. All you gotta do is let me ease your mind, your soul, and all your glory. Believe I only cater to you. Your mind, yeah. With nobody, body can solve. You got me losing control. I wanna go where you grow. Yeah, body can solve. You got me losing control. I wanna go where you grow. Yeah.
Y'all should have seen me adding these songs to the session because I'm yelling and yas left and right on these queer artists. Thank you, MJ, for providing songs that represent you. And we're loving it. These vibes are immaculate. And we hope you're enjoying these immaculate vibes as much as I am, I know at least, because there's more. Up next, we've got Bakit Ba Ikaw Pa Rin by Kian Locks and I Wish You Were Gay by Keo Priest.
Nakakainis ang mga titig mo. Bakit nakakagulo ang isip ko? Bakit kinikilig? Dapat iba na lang kasi ang pinili ng aking pusong nitong ito. Nakakainis, oh nakakainis. Hindi inakala na mahuhulog ulit. O bakit ba ikaw pa rin? O bakit ba ikaw pa rin? Pusong natutulog, ginising ng iyong tingin. O bakit ba ikaw pa rin? O bakit ba ikaw pa rin? Dami nakapila ng kabilang kalsada. Isa nagmamayabang, inaabangan hanggang umaga. Napapatingin na lang sa salamin na sapatos silang inaalay. There's no better option for me to no vision, kasi ikaw lang talaga hinihintay ko. Ano mo? Bakit ba? Lumisan ko? Mabalik naman pala. Hindi inakala na mahuhulog ulit. O bakit ba ikaw pa rin? O bakit ba ikaw pa rin? Pusong natutulog, ginising ng iyong tingin. O bakit ba ikaw pa rin? O bakit ba ikaw pa rin?
On a daily, I am your major, the melee, calling me up past my bedtime, knowing I don't mind. Hanging out on a Monday, next thing we know it's a Sunday. We never really run out of things to discuss. I know I'm just a good friend to you, and you never see me in that light, so I'll just keep my feelings locked inside. Of all the boys that I could have met, you're the one that I really regret, but I'm still here for you. Even if I break my heart every day, I'm a willing victim in every way. I know that it's better instead, because it's better this way, and there are so many things that I can't really change, but sometimes I wish you were, I wish you were gay. Even met zodiac signs, even born at the same time, but I could never ever make us stars align. Thinking about you on a Monday, watching the moon on a Sunday, but I could never ever get you off my mind. I'm just a good friend to you, and you never see me in that light, so I'll just keep my feelings locked inside. Of all the boys that I could have met, you're the one that I really regret, but I'm still here for you. Even if I break my heart every day, I'm a willing victim in every way. I know that it's better instead, because it's better this way, and there are so many things that I can't really change, but sometimes I wish you were, I wish you were gay. Every day I'm getting deeper, deeper into you, and I can't fix this mess that I have made. I know I should say goodbye, I know I'm wasting all my time on this love. I probably should just leave, but you know I just can't. Even if I know, wait, I should stop now, yeah, cause you're breaking my heart. Yeah, we're better off as friends, yeah. Ooh, I wish you were gay. I tried, but I can stay away from you. Even if I break my heart every day, I'm a willing victim in every way. I know that it's better instead, because it's better this way, and there are so many things
I'm not gonna lie, I know us queers have all felt that before. Like, I wish you were gay type. Like, up next, we have our three last songs of the episode. The first one is called Butter by Steph Aranas. Second one, Haven by Dom Guillot. And the last one is called Gaga by Nar Kabiko. And for that one, you should watch the music video. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed it. And I'll be right back with your community announcements.
You keep taking all my thoughts when you're around. I'm not the type who reaches out. My cup won't leave, I'm wondering how to. But the minute you swiped on me, I could not pass up this opportunity. Think twice, they say, but don't look back on your mistakes. They say, I couldn't, I shouldn't. Boy, you melt me like a butter. You keep taking all my sense when you're around. Your eyes on me like no other. How they lock me on your body, safe and sound. Come on, I can do it. Come on, I can do it. Come on, just as long as it is you, nothing is wrong. I can do it. Come on, I can do it. Come on, just as long as it is you, nothing is wrong. Hey. I got used to being distant. Then you came and you changed me in an instant. I'm not into shallow business, but I'm here now. I couldn't bear to miss this chance. Think twice, they say, but don't look back on your mistakes. They say, I couldn't, I shouldn't. Boy, you melt me like I'm butter. You keep taking all my sense when you're around. Your eyes on me like no other. How they lock me on your body, safe and sound. Come on, we can do it. Come on, we can do it. Come on, just as long as it is you, nothing is wrong. We can do it. Come on, we can do it. Come on, just as long as it is you, nothing is wrong. I'd rather stay in tonight. Come through and chill by your side. 'Cause when you and I share a little time, it feels like a find make me feel alive. Am I afloat on cloud nine? Connecting my pieces, realigned. You know why if you do try to see through my eyes. How you got me beguiled. Ooh, I must be lucky 'cause I got you and you got me and we got each other's company. Ooh, take us to safety 'cause I wanna keep you, wanna love you close in our haven. Can we stay still for a while? Your eyes feel like heaven, oh, tonight. So fuck society, I know they disagree, but I don't mind. I got you by my side. Ooh, I must be lucky 'cause I got you and you got me and we got each other's company. Ooh, take us to safety 'cause I wanna keep you, wanna love you close in our haven. I know we don't know what tomorrow holds, but if I don't end up with your last name as my own, hey, I take it as a happy ending, yeah. There's happiness in every reason, oh. I'll still be lucky 'cause I had you and you had me and we had each other's company. Ooh, took us to safety. Oh, I pray to keep you, fought to love you close in our took us to safety. Oh, I pray to keep you, fought to love you close in our haven. Yeah.
Doon ka ba nakatingin? Hindi mo ba ako napapansin? Puso ko'y umiiling. Hindi ko na alam ang gaga ko. Nahulog sa taong hindi sumasalo. Ano ba to? Ano bang tawag mo? Siguro nga ako ay gaga. Alam mo na mayroong iba. O ay bakit ba nakaabang pa? Nakatunga na lang si gaga. Isipin mong iba na lang. May mangyari pa sa buhay mo. Huwag mong pilitin kung di sa'yo. Hindi sa'yo. Ikaw kasi paasa ka. Kunwari gusto mo, hindi pala. Puso ko'y pagod na rin. Hindi ko na alam ang gaga ko. Nahulog sa taong hindi naman sumasalo. Ayoko to, ayoko ba? O gusto kabutihang naga. Alam mo nang mayroong iba, o may bakit pa nakaabang pa, nakatungangalang si naga. Isipin mong iba na lang, may mangyari pa sa buhay mo. Huwag mong pilitin kung di sa'yo, hindi ka gagalaw kung wala mong gagawin sa panaginip. Gagapusin ka, gagamitin ko ang pusong di nagaga, di nagaga. Puso ko ay di nagagaling. Gaga, bakit di mo naman sabing hindi mo na kayang hindi siya ibigin? Gagatungan mo na lang ba yung puso mo? Syunga-syunga, gagasusan mo siya, gagalusan ka lang niya. Magpapakyut, magpapaasa, pero di mo makukuha. Gaga girl, gaga kagagambalain ka lang niya. Gagayumahin mo pa ba? Gaganti ka lang, di ba? Gagalitin mo lang ang sarili mo. Sige ka, di ka gaganda, o sige ka, di ka gaganda. Itigil mo yan, di nakakaganda kung magpapakagaga. Alam mo na mayroong iba, o may bakit pa nakaabang pa, nakatungangalang si isipin mong iba na lang, may mangyari pa sa buhay mo. Huwag mong pilitin kung di sa'yo, hindi ka gaga. Alam mo na mayroong iba, o may bakit nag-aambang pa, nakakaloka ka gaga. Isipin mong iba na lang, may mangyari pa sa buhay mo. Huwag mong pilitin kung di sa'yo, hindi talaga sa'yo.
Welcome back to Radyo Kapwa on CKUT 90.3 FM. This is Laura, and I'd like to give a big, big thank you to MJ for coming on the show, talking about their experiences, and for providing this beautiful playlist made up of their favorite Filipinx artists, putting us on, and letting us get to know them through the music. For those who aren't in the loop, MJ is also my castmate for the upcoming Montreal Rent the Musical, presented by musical theater company Nouveau. Please support us by purchasing tickets. Show dates are September 1, 2, and 3, and the show times vary from afternoon to evening. Tickets to purchase can be found on Nouveau's Instagram page at NUVOTMT. If you just tuned in and missed the episode, you can catch a replay on YouTube. Now, listen close because you never want to miss these community announcements. Mark your calendars because on July 29th, Rainbow Noodles Montreal, a group based in Jojage, Montreal, that aims to help and support LGBTQ plus Asians by providing a safe social space, is hosting an event, the Asian Glow, in partnership with Montreal Pride, held at Hyatt Place, Montreal. This is a free admission event. For more information, please follow them on Instagram at Rainbow Noodles MTL. Today, July 12th, Jeunesse Lambda, an LGBTQIA plus nonprofit organization, is hosting a picnic in partnership with Neuro/Diversité, an alter ego program. The event is open to every LGBTQIA plus person between the age of 14 and 30. It'll be held at Parc La Fontaine starting from 6 p.m. STM and snacks are included. For more information, please visit their Instagram page at jeunesse.lambda, spelled as JEUNESSE.LAMBDA. This Friday, July 14th, on International Non-Binary People's Day, Jeunesse Engagée or Involved Youth is organizing an outdoor event. This activity aims to show participants how movement and exercise can be made accessible and inclusive. You will be hearing from Heidi Rubin about their inspirational journey towards founding the Infinity Movement Studio. The event will include a free light meal and non-alcoholic beverages. The meeting place is at Montreal LGBTQ+ Community Center on 2075 Rue Plessis, Montreal at 2 p.m., and the group will walk across to Parc La Fontaine where the event will be held. For more information, visit their Instagram at Jeunesse Engagée Involved Youth, altogether spelled as JEUNNESSEENGAGEENVOLVEDYOUTH. On Saturday, July 15th, Black Community Resource Center, BCRC, is having a rejuvenating yoga session in the park with Yoga with Kesha. Kesha is a committed yogi who believes that yoga has transformative and healing powers. It will be held at Kent Park from 12:30 p.m. Please follow their Instagram at BCRCMTL to see more of their lineup activities this summer. On the same day, QPIRG Concordia is planning a picnic for all our working groups and any other community members, organizations, or friends that are interested at Jarry Park from 2 p.m. beside the swimming pool. For more information, visit their Instagram at QPIRG Concordia. While you are at Jarry Park, Migrante Quebec will be having a picnic for the People's State of the Nation address starting from 12 p.m. Also on Saturday, July 15th, Cafe Kuya is once again hosting their monthly Kamayan night by Chef Dre at Dre's Pies. There are 2 services for that evening, one at 5:30 p.m. and one at 8 p.m. Reserve your spot by going to their website, cafekuya.com, or their Instagram at cafe.kuya. On Sunday, July 16th, our Kapwa Desiree Rakepo, also known as Ugnayan, is hosting a yoga massage session and Kilubansa charting for the new moon in Cancer season. In Kilubansa healing, your Holy Trinity, your name and your parents' names, are placed in the ancestors' circles to evaluate the balance of elements and spirits that influence one's life. If you've been meaning to try this out, visit their Instagram at ugnayan.dr to reserve your spot. That's spelled as UGNAYAN.dr. And last but not least, Defund la Police Montreal organizers are looking for volunteers for the festival taking place on Saturday, September 16th. If you have some capacity, please shoot them an email at defundfest.mtl@gmail.com or their Instagram at defundlapolice, DEFUNDLAPOLICE. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Radyo Kapwa here on CKUT 90.3 FM. This is Laura from Radyo Kapwa, Hiraya Productions, and I wish you a great rest of your day. Mabuhay!
Good afternoon, this is MJ. You are listening to Radyo Kapwa on CKUT 90.3 FM. Liberation for one is liberation for us all. Tuloy ang laban.